audio issues here. We're going to start it over. I'll tell you about it in the meantime, tell you a few of the details about the game. So it's the story of the game, if you can believe it. Oh, never mind.
It is said he was born so manly, his parents had no choice but to name him twice. His secret powers are so tremendous, they are in fact fabulous. Struck by lightning every day, he keeps coming back for more. He is He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. And now we will have the power. Rampage through 7 thrilling realms. Fight alongside Man-at-Arms, the Sorceress, Orko. Battle Beastman, Merman, Blackjaw, Hordak.
And that's it. So you can see the rest on YouTube, on the regular page. Go check out the other 30 seconds of it. They're quite epic. So a lot of people on the forum stuff are like, why fabulous? Why are they saying fabulous powers? But I know all you guys know why we're saying fabulous secret powers. So don't have to explain that here. So let's give you a quick overview of the game. Some of the things I think you guys, as our collectors, are going to be most excited about, and we'll kick it back over to Scott.
See if I can do this with the mic and reach at the same time. Alright, so October, so Monday, we're going to get the Ice Empress of Etheria, Miss Frosta herself, including her shield. We talked about the Old Glove issue. Now we kind of looked at it, we covered some PowerCon, but just as a rehash that yes, the gloves are kind of swapped around, but we're going to give all sub-holders a free gift. Day of purchasers are not going to get that because obviously you have a choice in buying Frosta there. Alright. Most of this using the PowerCon. Rattler coming out in October with the expandable neck and the Horde armband. And the Great Rebellion sticker sheet for sub-holders only. Also in October, Terry Noguchi's figure, Side Chop. And as people have asked, Terry's actually working on an illustration of a pre-cyborg Side Chop of what he looked like. People were asking, so he's going to doodle something up and we'll try to post that. Not part of the sub, but available in October is the Great Unrest Weapons Pack. You'll be able to get those great Keldor swords that split in two, Man-at-Arms Arm Cannon, those extra accessories for Horde Prime and Dragoman, as well as some great repaints of Tila, Chief Carnivus, and Clawful's weapons. In November, Decker. He'll have both his young and old heads, so you can have him in his prime or in retirement on Orcus Island. Also in November, the Filmation-style King Randor, complete with goblet and spear. Don't drink and spear. We've got our fan contest figures. We got our runners-up. We got Rajar, 3 Beast, Bumlor, Major Header. You'll see some of these art over in Toy Tokyo. And then finally, in November, where is he? There he is.
I accidentally just lost his head in the there it is.
Yeah!
Castle Grayskull is so excited he lost his head. He's like Major Header. He's taking it.
And he smells awesome.
And yes, he does have the toned down, he does have the yellow hair. Yes, that's fine. A little less Spicoli. In December,
mosquito.
that's what she said. Oh, mosquito. Also in December, we've got our final quarterly item, which is Procrustes from the Magic Stealer mini comic from 1982. It includes the Starseed Orb. Then, who bought the Temple of Darkness? Sorcerer!
Yeah!
So we do have some very limited stock. We put a aside that we didn't bring to the show, so you will be able to get her on Matty in December, but it's a very, very limited amount. Also in December, we have a giant Grammy. Yeah, Grammy!
Yeah!
He is awesome. He is he's like a baby. It's huge. It's $80, non-sub item. All right, 2013. So our Club Etruria rollout will have 12 monthly figures, 12 at $25, or if you don't have a sub, that'll be $27 per day of. 4 quarterly items, which will either be variant figures or oversized items. 1 at $25, 1 at $30, or $33, which is Ram Man. 1 at $50, or $55 per day of. And 1 at $75, or $81 day of, which is the Fighting Foeman. 1 club exclusive figure, which is included in the sign-up fee of $25. Who has a subscription? You guys are all getting your sub figure. And you're getting your map. The club does not include things like convention items, like Temple of Darkness Sorceress, potential vehicles, potential weapons racks, other standalone items, potential castles. Alright, so in January, we've got Natasha. And she does have the boots are correct. We had a model of PowerCon that was like handmade, but you can see the final one in the case. So no frosting issue there. We got the big guy, Ram Man, our first quarterly item. So he's got full heads and really ab joints, just kind of hidden under the armor. But full articulation, amazing knee joints that are really hidden there. In February, the man with the golden arm, Jitsu. And he'll have 3 weapons. He'll have the katana, and I always mess up the name of the small knife. Comics. Right, I always make my punctuation joke. Then in March, Eric's favorite figure, Fang Man, the next Filmation guy. We've talked a lot about these guys before, so I'm trying to get some new stuff. Our subscription figure, King He-Man. Now, he didn't make the show, but that's just because we needed him at Mattel this week, actually, because we're doing Paintmaster duplications. He comes with the bashed up electronic power sword that's kind of come out of retirement with him for one last battle. He will have the new team sticker we're premiering with him, which is Hero, Son of He-Man. That's designed by Frank Varela, packaging designer extraordinaire, who did the Space Mutant sticker and a couple of the others. The map of Preturnia, or Subturnia, excuse me, Preturnia is this year. You can see Procrustes there in the middle, and the power of Grayskull leaking up through the 3 towers, and Grayskull, and lots of stuff going on under the hollow Preturnia. We're under. Sometimes I forget. We've got a club-exclusive mini-comic. They're only doing 1 for 2013, which will only be available with King He-Man, the club figure. It's going to be produced by DC, but it'll be the same style and format as the 2012 Dark Horse mini-comics. What do you guys think of the Dark Horse comics? Love it! You like that 3rd issue? Yeah! You can see that one of the giant spreads in the 3rd issue is actually at Toy Tokyo, and some of the edges did get cut off in the comic, so you can actually see the full piece. And if there's a few characters like Glory Bird and some Snakemen that got cut off in the comic that you can see if you head over to Toy Tokyo.
I think it may be over 4 feet wide or so. It's a pretty impressive piece of work. I definitely recommend checking it out here and there.
And we noticed a character that Wellington snuck in there behind Hordak that we have no idea who that is. So you can, we did
Dark Horse Create a Character Contest.
Yes. Some little pig guy. All right, so there's the cover, the new 2013 mini-comic, A Secret Origin of Skeletor. Published by DC, art by Wellington, we brought him back. He did the cover and the inks. Colors by Carrie Strachan. Letters by Sal Braccio and Carlos Manuel. All right, in quarter 2 of 13, you are going to get the Fighting Foeman. I have Odog himself on the panel. So did you get to choose who you were there?
Yeah, we kind of had a battle between us 3. I think I came out on
Odog
top.
wanted to be the female, but we said no.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me do that.
Then we've got our fan choice slot, which all subholders got to vote on one of 8 different characters. And is announced that after Comic-Con, the winner was Deldor from the Secret Liquid of Life. So I think he'll probably come with the Secret Liquid of Life, right? We're still working out what accessories, but I can't imagine you one of his battle axe and some other cool stuff. For our traveling convention figure, now we don't know what cons we're going to be at next year. Likely we'll be here, and we'll be at PowerCon, and hopefully some others. You're going to get Strobo. Now he will come with CD. You want to know a little bit about what that orb is there? I know a lot of people can ask.
Not the Starseed? What is that?
The Starseed comes with the process.
He's a dark matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the comic book that he was in. Yeah. And then, and he also comes with a. Yeah, we were sculpted like a year ago. He also comes with the unmasked head of Zodak. So if you've already bought a Zodak, you can pop that head on and have an unmasked Zodak head. So finally making good on that. And it will be more of a shiny material. This is just a paint master, but the chest plate will be a little reflective there. All right, April 2013. We've got good old Snakeface. And I can confirm we will have a staff. It's a little iffy whether we can afford that. We didn't want to deco reduce it because we have a lot of deco on him. But yes, he will come with his staff, just as shown here. As well as the pop-out snakes from his chest, the shield, the alternate head. He's got the whole kit and caboodle. So he comes with a lot. In May 13, the Predator of the Motu world. Although his bio is just picked up from the old New Adventures bio, which he's like the bumbling, like dumb rock guy. But hey, that's how they wrote him back in the day. We would have like made him, I think, a lot cooler after seeing this sculpt by the Horseman. So he comes with his knife and his blaster and a bad attitude. Member of the Space Mutants. Gotta take on those galactic protectors. They need help. All right. Next up in June, Miss Octavia herself. So she's got all those chemicals. She's got the great Cthulhu-inspired Horde crossbow and 4, count them, 4 Horde pointy, stabby swordies. Now, a lot of people have asked, the tentacles are not bendy. They're sort of like Slushhead was. We didn't want any repercussions of what happened with Snout Spout where we had some breakage, so they're not bendy, but they are going to you have to self-assemble, so they'll come packed out in the car, mostly because we couldn't fit them with a blister like that.
But they do have articulated ball joints where they connect in the back, so you will be able to kind of pose it.
Yeah. And the sword is just kind of slip right on.
Yeah. The swords kind of like have a piece kind of clips on over the end of her tentacles.
But they also do fit.
They both fit in like normal hands as well. Female hand.
So any female can pointy stab at you. All right, July 2013. The man with the giant red clamp and killed men at arms. There he is, Clamp Champ. So he's got a giant oversized clamp there. He does have new armor. It's not just Fisto's armor we use like it was with the vintage toy. So we'll have him in the case a little later today and you'll be able to see he's got a neat little kind of, you want to talk at all about the armor?
Well, yeah, what we're showing here is not actually the final product. We add a little bit more detail to the clamp itself. He has a backpack that you can't really see there anyway. That was kind of taken from the 2000X version, but kind of incorporated into this as well. And he also comes with a small hand clamp that came with the 2000X version.
The page was also adjusted slightly from this as well to reflect the original a little bit closer, which all of that will be the case.
Yeah, you'll see. We'll have him out later today.
Yeah, even though that looks like Fisto's armor, it's actually brand new armor.
You're welcome. Bring in the clamp. Oh, there's his name. All right. And our quarterly item for July 2013. So the Galactic Protectors finally open. That means that's off, so it's like, I thought there was a third image. So we were still looking at some other pieces that might be able to come with him. You know, he had a couple different looks. He's still in early development. You're definitely going to get this, the sword, the shield, the bandolier, the ponytail head. We're looking at whether or not there's going to be some other looks added. It's going to come down to costing, but he's definitely going to kick some Space Mutant butt.
Please note how he's holding the sword there. He has a ball-jointed wrist, so he can hold the sword like this.
What was that? Yeah, I know. I pitched it. I got shot down. It's a little tough to do a new He-Man when we still have stock of the current one. But hey, everyone here buy like 15 He-Mans, then we can sell out. Get to a new one. What's going on? It's like a Star Destroyer overhead. All right. New York Comic Con Art Show. So if you head over to Toy Tokyo until the 24th, for the benefit of Ronald McDonald House, you are going to see some fantastic art, 20 new pieces for the 30th anniversary, with all proceeds going to charity. The first 500 visitors are going to get a free art print. They also have Temple of Darkness Sorceress, so if you couldn't get her here, you will be able to get her, well, you could have gotten her before the show, but before the show's over. So we're now at the show. So head over, have you guys been over to the art show? Woo! Yeah? What do you So it's going to be available for pre-order. If we meet the minimum, and you'll see a meter on Matty Collector, we're going to ship it fall 2013. Due to the huge amount of design work, we don't even have the resources to build a looks-like model or even start sculpting yet. So we're going to show you a B-sheet, our blueprints. It's going to be $250. We know we said it'd be between $200 and $300. We settled on $250, essentially because we didn't want to have to ever cost reduce it. We wanted to have enough wiggle room to be able to put as much as we can into it. And we'll tell you, the blueprints you're going to see are essentially the base of what you're going to get. We're hoping we can put more into it. So there could always wind up being more than you see, but you're not going to see less, if that makes sense. Yes, okay.
Will there be decals?
I think we're going to actually sculpt everything like the Wind Rider. Yeah. Alright, so the full details and additional images are going to be on the pre-sale. So it'll be October 16th through November 10th. So about 3 weeks. We need you guys. We're going to need your help. We've got to pimp this out. We need to let people know. If we don't hit our minimum, you know, no castle for you. So we really need, we need about the same number of subscribers we had for 13 to buy a castle. Now we know, you know, it doesn't have to be every subscriber because we know the castle is going to appeal to people who might not have subscribed, who might just, you know, be casual fans, but want that castle to center their collection. All right, you're all waiting to see it. So without further ado, which version are we going to do? We know there's been a lot of castles over the years, animated ones, the ones we made for Comic-Con, toys, ice castles, all sorts of fun things. We're definitely looking at the original prototype. So this is a prototype from '81. There's a lot of key differences between the prototype and the final, notably things like the minaret, the ledge, the playmat, the elongated mouth. Now right now the playmat's not in it, but we're looking to see if we can add that in, or maybe it's a cutout from the package. But everything else that went into the prototype is kind of where we're looking. We may not be able to get to the torture rack, but we're looking at, you know, things like the back jetpack and the punching bag, you know, things that weren't in the original. Because we know, especially a lot of the artwork, the comics and the licensor kits back in the day were based on this. All right, ready to see the blueprints?
Yeah!
All right, here we go. World premiere, Mattypalooza. Here's what we're looking at. So here's your first two images. There you can see the scale. Yeah, come on, guys. So it's going to have a lot of customization. Things like the minaret being removable, or the handlebars being removable. It will be two-sided, just like the original, so it will fold close. Things like the door that was in the back of the original, actually having that open and be a real door. I mean, it's pretty huge. You can see He-Man there in scale. All right, should I move on to the interior? You guys see this? All right. All right. So here's an in-progress interior. I know it's kind of small, but you'll see it in our booth as well as on Matty later on. So you can see we're looking at 3 different levels there. The original had 2 levels. So there's going to be the bottom, the dungeon, the throne room level, and then the top level you'll see it'll run across the top. So you'll kind of be like, like a Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings there. You can have everyone on top throwing stuff over and trying to defeat Skeletor. We're looking at a little secret chamber inside of the crown that will hold the orb, if you have the orb. We're looking at the throne, weapons, the chains there in the dungeon. Hopefully there'll be an opening door to the dungeon, like in the prototype. The trap door. You guys kind of you want to talk a little bit about what we're seeing here? Or?
Well, some of these blueprints is the first time we're actually seeing.
It's true.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so these blueprints were done by Ruben and his team based on the Horseman's original concept. So the Horseman did design this, and then we took it to the next level because we really had to spec it out and figure out the cost. We're hoping we can put even more into this, but we know at minimum, this is what you're going to get. So you can see the dimensions are called out. We'll have this up in the booth so you can see all the details. I know it's hard to read some of the fine print there where you're sitting, but if you look in scale to the original, I can tell you that the original castle goes up to about the eyeballs of this one. So that's how big this thing is. It is huge. I mean, you're going to need a new room. So clear off, you don't need a bed or a kitchen table. You just need, a podium for this one.
You read the dimensions?
Let's see. Oh gosh, I can't even see on my computer screen, but they're going to be, we'll have this is going to be up in the booth when you guys get back, so you'll be able to go up and see it.
Is it hinged?
Yes, it is hinged, so it'll open just like the original, and we're looking at, you can see in that top picture there, there's sort of a triangle piece that then gets added in after you swing it open to extend the bottom level. Do you see what I'm talking about, like with that top image?
Yeah.
There's like that pie piece, and I believe the idea of that pie piece is going to have a little knob in it that you can plug the Wind Raider in. So you can hide your Wind Raider or inside the castle. So yeah, we're really trying to put everything we can into this. There might be more, but there won't be less.
Wait, Matty, did you just spoil something? You said you can put the Wind Raider in there.
Yes.
Spoil a vehicle.
Pardon?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You mean the Wind Raider that came out a year ago? I hope I didn't spoil that.